Saturday afternoon in Philadelphia, the Devils wrapped up their preseason, taking on the Philadelphia Flyers. The Devils fielding mostly an AHL lineup, and the Philadelphia Flyers putting on display the team that will break camp and represent them when the regular season gets underway. The Devils were game. They fought valiantly on Saturday, but in the end, Philadelphia had the 4-3 victory. There was some anxious early moments in the game. Trevor Zegras taking advantage of a turnover, but his backhand stab went off the post behind Jake Allen, who was brilliant despite the loss in the shootout. Later on in the first period, as we made our way toward the break, it was Kevin Rooney giving the Devils the lead. Here's Edwards with it to the blue line. Strand back to Ethan Edwards. Cuts to his left. Wrist shot. They score. Long range shot by Ethan Edwards. And the Devils jump out in front. It looks like it might be Rooney who is going to be credited with the goal. But this young underdog team?
Yeah, underdog.
Considering the lineups, has taken a 1-0 lead. At 16:09, Rooney's first of the preseason. Ethan Edwards and Austin Strand picking up the assist. And the Devils had the 1-0 lead. But they couldn't sustain it as Philadelphia came back a little over 2 minutes later. Luchenko with the puck along the near wall to the high slot. Sanheim with the chance. He scores. Travis Sanheim with his third goal of the preseason. The goal came at 18-16. Devils just not able to get out of the period with the momentum and the lead. Jet Luchenko and Nikita Grabenkin with the goals, or with the assists on the goals, on the goal. And 18-16 in Philadelphia had tied it up at 1. Into the second we would go. Devils had a power play opportunity that carried over from the end of the first. Early in the second, fresh sheet of ice, and the Devils regained the lead. Here comes Addison. Drops it off now. Gritsuk will pick it up. Here's LaChance in deep, and he finds a man in front, and just like that, the power play connects. And it's Lenny Hamanaho with his first goal of the preseason, and the Devils have regained the lead 2-1. 40 seconds in, Hamanaho with the goal. Shane LaChance with the primary assist. Kalen Addison the secondary assist. And the Devils once again were able to take the lead. Topias Villain was called for a delay of game penalty at 7:32. It didn't take long for the Flyers to tie it up, just 15 seconds into their power play. Konechny with his second goal of the preseason, and the game was tied at 2 going into period number 3. And you thought perhaps, as the Devils were limited to just 2 shots in the second period, that maybe, while Allen was terrific, maybe, just maybe, Philadelphia was going to put on a little bit more of a show at home and put their stamp on the game, if you will. But oh no, it was the Devils who once again took the lead. Oh, a little misplay. The Devils take advantage, and they score. It's Paul Cotter, Johnny on the spot. Good fortune raining on the Devils, and it's 3-2. The goal coming at 11:31 of the third period. The puck was behind the Flyers' net. Misplay, miscommunication, call it what you will, between Dan Vladar, their goalie, and Nick Seeler, one of the defensemen who was skating behind the net. It was hard to tell on the replay. Was it one of those, you take it, no, you take it, or was it just a fumbled pass? Either way, Gritsuk alertly picked up the loose puck, found Paul Cotter, who scored his third of the preseason, and the Devils once again up by 1. And it looked like for the longest time they would be able to protect that lead and pick up their 4th win of the preseason. But with Vladar pulled for the extra skater, 6 on for Philadelphia. Devils have trouble clearing the puck, starting to get a little tired. More pressure coming from the Flyers, and this game was tied at 3. Now here's Konechny. Out high to Drysdale. Back to Konechny. Top of the circle. Lead with a shot. They score. Devils had some chances. They just couldn't control it to get it out. They used up some time, but had to get the puck out. And Philadelphia able to tie it up on Konechny's goal. And this game is tied at 3. Second of the game for Konechny. The goal coming at 18:07. Neither team scored the rest of the way, despite some excitement in overtime. Jake Allen making some big-time stops on Matvei Michkov. Shane LeChance rocketing one off the goalie mask of Vladar. Neither team able to score. We would go to overtime and shootout rather, and Travis Konechny wound up ending this game. Bobby Brink was stopped by Allen. The Devils' Gritsuk was stopped by Vladar. Zegras went 5-hole. Cotter was denied. And on the third try, with a chance to win it, Travis Konechny did just that. And Philadelphia wins by a score of 4-3. So the preseason wraps up with a Saturday afternoon loss. Devils end the preseason at 3-2-2. And now it's on to Carolina as the Devils will take on the Hurricanes to open up the regular season on Thursday with the coverage on the Devils Hockey Network beginning at 7:20.